Hey guy, welcome to RC Talk. And today we have Kagan and Tony from CCXRC with us. Hey guys.
How's it going?
Doing good. Weather is cold here. We had some snow today, snow yesterday and snow today actually. So it's kind of weird.
We didn't have any snow today, but yesterday it was 0 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Went up 30 degrees today, so it was quite nice.
Cool.
We were hanging out in t-shirts today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I see the
It's
shorts
beautiful.
off. I'm jealous.
In t-shirts.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really warm today. 60s Fahrenheit. Beautiful thing.
Cool. So like most YouTube people got an email and there's this big thing that was out and there was kind of a confusion at the beginning. I straightened up a couple people because they thought it was just over 1,000 views subscriber. And then I mentioned, no, if you read, it says and 4,000 hours. So I'm actually in there. So I don't have the views, I don't have the hours. So you won't see any ads now on my YouTube channel for a while until I actually hit that. And then they said it should be automatic that I come back, but I think we might have to reapply. We'll find out about that when it comes time and actually do that. Kagan, did you ever monetize your videos?
I don't have any videos. I just got on YouTube and signed on probably a couple months before I got in with you guys the first time.
Ah, cool. Cool.
Soon, yeah, though, I think I'll probably I got to start my page.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Me, when I started this probably 4 years ago or a little bit more, I started monetizing because people were saying that it's cool and you can make money. So I did it just for the fun of it to see basically what I could get out of it. And I noticed that you don't get much. You get pennies, and you get it takes a long time to actually get paid from YouTube unless you're a big channel.
Right.
But what was fun with it, what I thought is, it was just like receiving candy. It's just a little thing. It's just a little thing, but it just kept you going a little bit, and it's okay, a few dollars there, a few dollars there, and if you worked harder, you get more dollars. So it was kind of cool. But right now, it's as if how I felt when I received that email and what they're doing. It's as if they're taking that candy away from me now.
Right.
And if I want to work, if I want it back, now I have to work even harder. Yeah. It's pissed me off. But just like a kid, when you take away candy, you're going to get pissed off. But then you're going to realize, okay, I got to work harder. I got to do this. Now I got to do that. So now it's going to make, to me, it's going to make people work a little harder and try to get monetizing back if they want it, or like some big RC channel that I know of that they don't even have monetizing. So they don't care about that. They do it just for fun. This is what I started for also in me is when I started the monetizing and the YouTube channel, was to share with other people, just share the passion. And that's what we do when we get together in groups and all that. We share. If somebody needs a part, we just share it. If somebody needs help, we stop, we help them out. I usually bring 2 or more, 3 more trucks that I really need. So if somebody breaks their truck down, or if I break a truck down, I have something else to play with over there. That's so really it's a big, yeah, it's a big helping company, family kind of. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, so that was for me sharing the passion. My hobby is first RC. YouTube kind of came with it. So YouTube is not my hobby. To me, if you want to be successful in YouTube, you got to start getting good at making your video, not just editing. It all depends what kind of channel you want to be. Is it just like Aaron from man, I skipped my memory right now.
RC Sparks?
Yeah, RC Sparks. Is it going to be just adventure, or is it going to be a learning channel? Is it going to be what kind of channel you want to be? You can be all of them if you want.
Right.
Me, I like helping people.
Right.
So, but if you want to make real money, I think on YouTube, you have to invest. So in other words, you got to get good cameras. You got to get good lighting. You got to get good stuff just to make a good production. That costs money.
And time.
Yeah, and time. Yeah, time also. Right now, I spend a lot of time with my little guy. He's 8. He's into hockey. He's into that. So my time gets a lot spent with him. And sometime at night, I twinkle with the RCs. I play with him on the weekend with Sebastien. Right. So my hobby right now is the RC and my little guy, not YouTube. Gotcha. What does that mean for me in the future, not having monetization? Absolutely nothing. Me, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I can still continue the RC chats, RC talk with people. I enjoy it. I've been doing it for years, and every year I meet new people and new people come on board. I might not know everything, but I know people that knows things, and I can find the answer. So it's all knowing who to ask for help. You're not going to get any bullshit from me, and Tony has been doing a real good job. I've been really noticing Tony and how he's grown at the beginning, and I like the fact that he stayed true to himself. In other words, he didn't bullshit people. He didn't think of himself bigger than whatever because he's got a YouTube channel or whatever. You just stayed, Tony, you just stayed straight to yourself and said, well, I'm not sure about that, but I can find out. So even if you didn't know, you just said the right thing. I enjoyed that.
There's a lot I don't know.
Nothing wrong if you don't know something.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot I don't know either.
Search for answers. Yeah, if I don't know and somebody asks me, a lot of times I'll go digging. I mean, they could YouTube it or they could Google it themselves, but a lot of times I'll try and help people find that answer.
Yep.
Yep.
Good to know yourself too. A lot of times, obviously, you don't know the answer, so
right. That way, I can answer it better next time.
Yep.
And some people had told me that they were getting. Some people don't like watching another channel that has monetization on their channel. What about you, Kagan? What did that affect you choosing who you're watching, if somebody has monetization or not?
I would say that when you go to a YouTube channel and you have to skip over, I don't mind skipping it if it's only 15 seconds, but if I have to watch a whole commercial for 30 seconds, I'll often just back out of the video.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, that depends on how long the video is. I almost can't stand our news anymore because you go in, they got these little viral 30-second things, but you got to watch a 45-second commercial to watch 15 seconds of footage or something stupid. I'll watch a commercial if it's going to be a 10-minute video that I get to watch, but
yeah, exactly.
I look at how long that video is going to be, and then I make my judgment based on that. But most of them don't.
True.
Most of the RC ones don't tend to have the ones that aren't skippable.
Right.
In the fish videos I watch, a lot of those ones, there are a lot of people that you can't skip them, but usually they're good ads, so I don't mind.
Yep.
Okay. And what about you, Tony? What do you think this monetization, or people, especially the small channel, not being able to monetize anymore, what do you think it's gonna happen to YouTube, or do you think that's gonna change anything?
Well, you can look at it a couple ways. There was that, like you said, there's that, I don't know, that excitement that comes from, oh my gosh, I'm making something, even if it's pennies coming in. You see that there's something as a return for what you're putting out there. And you kind of start thinking about what you could potentially do or make if you really put your, put more effort into it. That said, there's also, I see YouTube's side in a few ways. I think you had mentioned a couple of them as well when we'd first talked about this, not knowing that you were going to talk about it on here. Because I did cut one of my channels, my personal one that I've had the longest, doesn't qualify. I don't think it has enough subscribers. I think it has enough hourly views, but it doesn't have enough subscribers. But here's, I guess, the thing. A lot of people don't know how to even get in and turn on the monetization, because you got to jump through some steps to do it.
Yeah.
And it used to be you used to have 500 subscribers or something like that, or 100. Right? There was a stipulation that you had to have before you could have videos that were longer than 10 minutes, or you can open up these different little check boxes on the inside of YouTube. If you had a website that it tied to, you could bypass a lot of that right away because they thought you were a business. And so if you were really technical, and that's how I got in on mine right away, is I had a website that I started along with the channel, and so it had the web address, and I could put code into the back end that YouTube or Google could read. And I was doing monetized ads on the website too through Google AdSense. So learning it and going through it from that side made it easier for me. That's even been kicked away. So now the stipulations are just kind of higher. I think that one of the ways that it's good, and I don't say this in a way because I know that it really, makes some people mad that they can't monetize them. But there's the couple ways that it could be good is for people like, well, even me, but I was going to say Medic or others that just have channels that just pop up and download their videos and push them out and try and make them go viral and make money off them. That just kills that whole industry because they don't have necessarily the subscribers to warrant that. They might get crazy hours of views because the video might catch on their channel, which I've had that happen on mine. In fact, this channel has more views on one of my videos than I do. And they've only got, 2 subscribers or something. They just stole a bunch of videos and posted them, and they're monetized. So, or they were, they're not anymore. So in that way, it might help take away some of that, or the urge to steal that video in a way to try and make money off of it. So that's possibly one positive, I guess.
Yeah, that's true, because there is some people stealing other people's video. I've seen a couple, and some people actually trying to get it back, and just because they have 2 or 3 videos, and they actually steal videos that are kind of popular or with hot titles, and they're not shy. They use the same title and they don't change nothing. They just post the same video. It's really weird.
Yeah, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to do the takedown thing, because I got to go in on a computer, flag it, give them the link to my original video, and put that in and make this whole claim against every single one they do it. And if they just do a batch rip, I mean, I just sit there, taking up hours of time to try and take it down. Yeah. And thankfully people come on and they tell me, they'll go into my messenger and all that, say, hey, I saw your video over on this channel, and they'll send me a link. But half the time I don't even know that it's happening. But
intellectual property could be, but good luck.
Yeah. But, there's also the fact that you might have 500 subscribers, but you might have really great content that's getting a lot of views. And it's a bummer that if you do one video that goes completely viral, that you can't make money off it.
Right. It's almost makes you not want to do it until you get up to the point where you can make money. Then you start making quality videos. And it's kind of
So I guess the question is, does it push people, like, say, you doing these tank? It's nice because it's a way that you're making more videos, but it also can help you reach that goal of 4,000 hours. And so it makes you get creative in the way that you put content out. Mm-hmm. And so it's also trying to push their platform in a way. They're, again, looking at themselves and how do we get more content here from these creators? Because in the end, they have to look after the advertisers. And so if the advertisers are complaining that my videos are going on these pages that, who is this? Like, nobody watches these. They don't have any clout to say, oh, I saw this advertisement at the beginning of this video. But you're charging me the same amount for my ad rolling in the front of this video as on this channel that has way more subs. So, you know, I guess for the people that do make a living off it, I can understand where, to their benefit, Google or YouTube trying to appease and bring in and keep a higher ad revenue coming into the ecosystem is good. But
now, from what I've seen, it seems like the ads stick with the videos. Like, it's one ad is on your video for the length of your video. They don't rotate ads or anything like on TV.
Okay.
what was that?
Is that correct? It's like one ad per video. It stays with that same ad.
For everybody that views?
Like your video, let's say you had a MasterCard ad in the beginning of it. Is it going to be that MasterCard ad for the entire life of your video being online?
No, it changes.
Okay.
Everybody that serves up, it serves up based on their interest.
I see.
Yeah.
So it really shouldn't matter who is seeing it or what channel it's on, because you just really want it in people's eyes.
Yeah, it's the luck of the draw.
Yeah, and so whether it's on a big person's or not,
Yep,
that shouldn't affect person's willingness to click or not click on a video. But
I agree.
yeah.
RC Attic is saying he likes the RC community coming together. Together as a community, we can make it better. Yeah, and that's what I think here also in our town, through Facebook and through emails and through different websites. We meet up once a month and we exchange what we've done in the month, or we just play with the RCs outside or indoor. It all depends on the weather. In the winter it's kind of hard, so we do it indoor. But it's just coming together and chatting. The RC gave me a chance of getting back out there, outside. In other words, taking a walk. Sometime I go take a walk and I bring my RC with me. And camping, I used to do that all the time. And then people say, "Oh, that's cool." I go, "Yeah, I walk my car because I don't have a dog." So people found it funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do.
So,
You got your twin hammer.
Yes, my puppy. Yeah, my twin hammer.
Mm-hmm.
For some people that don't know the story about the twin hammer is, I put at ears. It's all white. It's ears, and I got googly eyes in the front and where the windshield is. So it's kind of funny when you see it go and you see the ears flapping in the air. It's funny. I like making things different.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So Breaking Silence is actually put a quote there. He asked to use a vid from this one channel. They told me if I did, they would like me to put it. It was from them. I did. So far, I'm cool. So far, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I hate that when people write short sentence or short word, and you gotta decipher them. But it looks like he put a video up, but he had to put who the video was from. So
Right.
He did that. So yes, that is legal because you've actually asked to permission first to take the video and post it. I see
Right.
nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I agree.
It's just like taking music. It's just like taking music and putting music on your videos.
Yeah, you have to find who allows it, the music, and who doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like.
Take little parts of music and use lots of little parts of music. I don't know if that's legal to do. You know, you don't take the whole song. You just do like the entry part of each song.
Still frowned upon.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It is still frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a while back, last year or the year and a half ago, I joined Bent Pixel and the Radio Control Brotherhood. It was for the RC, not Brotherhood, but it was Radio Control something. It was for YouTube. So if you joined them with Bent Pixel, you could you had benefits like getting free music, getting help from them. It's almost like YouTube, but you get more stuff and ways to promote your channels and all that.
And
That's,
you get payout, right? Before $100 or whatever Google's is, they can pay out at smaller amounts. Yeah.
yes, I was getting paid monthly instead of yearly, or in YouTube, you actually got a check once you reach $100.
Yeah.
But through them, no matter what I made during the month, every month I was receiving money in my account. Mind you,
Yeah.
it was like $4 for the month, but it was fun having it there because through the month it added up, and all of a sudden it was on my PayPal account. And all of a sudden I order something online, and I notice, oh, I got $30 there. Fine, I'll just less money I have to pay out of my pocket.
Do you know if those ad networks still, if that, well, you said yours got pulled.
Yes, as soon as I received an email from Google saying that I'm out, which was on the 31st, which was yesterday, I received an email right after from Bent Pixel that they said they're sorry they have to terminate the contract they had with me.
Yeah, because it couldn't make money.
Now, the only thing I hate about that and now is how does that affect, because me being with Bent Pixel permitted me to use their music or use that. I have a lot of videos that have that music now. Does that mean I have to take them all down?
That license carries through as long as when you posted it, you were under their license.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, going forward, I have to find somewhere else to find my music now.
Yeah, and those songs you downloaded, you can't use again to post new content from. Yeah.
Didn't Jack offer to give you guys some music on one of your live talks a while back?
Yeah. He's given me some music, and I can use some. The only thing I don't like about using all the time the same music, it's just guitar, and it's nice, but to me it gets dull after a while. Always hearing the same guitar or the same tune. I like changing up, like a little bit more rock and roll, a little bit more of this, a little bit more, or like a couple videos I made, it was like almost like cartoon music because it was fun to see something going around. So I like changing it up a little bit, but it's either I'm going to have to buy a license to put music or find another site for free, which has lesser music, or actually YouTube. YouTube has a library of music that you can actually use.
Right. Some of it's pretty catchy too.
Yeah, you start to notice it over and over and over again. After
because a lot of YouTube people use that. So if a song is popular, you know a lot of people download it.
Yeah.
But what's nice to find is a new song that just came out, and then you start using it. But not long after that, everybody else is going to use it also.
I still go there. I still like a lot of the tunes. And I have music through what I actually do, and what people might look to is I use a program called TubeBuddy. I pay for it.
Yeah.
It's $20 a month, but boy, does it make posting videos so much faster for me. And because I'm popping them out sometimes 2 a day, maybe more, even the live streams, adding in the content or going back. I can just copy. I could literally go to your video right now. I can see all the tags that you use for the video, and I can just copy them. So if somebody has a really high viewed E-Revo video, I can just go there, copy the tags that they used, and then paste them into my tags, things like that. But as well, I also get music licensing through Audio Hero, which is not very good. It's very hard to use and find anything worthwhile. But it gives me a source of stuff that is legal for me to use. And so I do it. This does have locked ifs in here. Sweet. I have to remember that.
Break in Silence, it says he's sorry for his spelling. Not a problem. Sorry for my English also. I know it's okay, but I am French, so sometimes me reading English kind of makes it a little tough, especially when it's weird to read.
Text hand. It's like shorthand. Text hand.
On my phone, I actually speak into my phone. I use a speech to text it's way better, and I don't have to find the right word.
Yeah,
but he's saying
it's not fun.
Yeah, he says he's been in a four car crashes, and his head ain't mine no more. LOL. I hope
Uh,
you're not driving right now or listening to this video live while you're driving. I hope everything is fine. And RC Attic is saying, what do you guys think of the new Traxxas E-Revo? Don't answer. Guys, don't answer that right now. Let's
no.
keep the subject to the YouTube for now, for the first or another maybe 20 minutes or something like that. Let's keep talking about more YouTube stuff. I want to, because that's what the title of this thing is. And after that, we can come back and talk more a little bit RC.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely some stuff going on. I'll jump in. I'll maybe ask you guys a question because it's something that's been stewing through my mind.
Yeah.
But YouTube's definitely going through some stuff because, I mean, you watch Medic in his recent videos, stuff that he would never have done before, asking about views and why he's not getting the views, and, you know, advertising and stuff must have be fallen in some ways for him to be asking some of these questions when he's bigger than he's ever been. And, you know,
he seems a little nervous.
Yes, it seems like, okay, well, what's going on here? And so he started another channel.
I like what he's doing, though.
I love what he's doing. Yeah.
Well, I think it's like a company or web or a store, mom and pop shop in Corner Street. They sell clothes, they sell whatever. This is a forever changing life with the internet and all that. So things change. You have to evolve. If you stay the same mom and pop shop or the same YouTube channel without evolving, you're going to grow, but you're going to stay that size. But as soon as you change your format a little bit to evolve with the new viewers and what's going on and all that, podcast or whatever, that's when you're going to start getting new people in the mix and then growing again or growing more. Online shopping is a good example. Stores, they have to do online shopping. I've heard stories that some local hobby store are actually closing their store and will only be online now because cost of ownership for that store is way too much.
Yeah.
So I get that, but you have to evolve to because life evolves. So you have to change with the market.
It'd be nice if they're like a catalog store used to be, where you could go in and order stuff and it'd come in there still.
Pick it up.
Yeah, even if they didn't have a massive inventory. But maybe they still had a track or something, you know?
Yeah, it's just the cost. Basically, it's like to keep a storefront versus just big shelves stocked with stuff to sell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taxed every year. And
Break in Silence is saying there's less money going to YouTube because of the right and left are at war. I'm not sure what he means by that. Do you guys know what he means by that?
Probably the Republicans and Democrats, maybe. I'm thinking
probably
conservatives and
us. Yeah, us is conservative and liberals.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm thinking. Possible.
There might be.
Maybe
the
YouTube
rich trying to get richer.
Yeah.
Well, remember the big hit came from the videos that had like questionable content, child,
right?
Stuff, and it had advertisements running on it, and so the advertisers were ticked that their ads were running alongside this content.
So that's why they cracked down.
I think YouTube probably also wants to have more money. They're trying to evolve just with the market also, but they're trying to prove to the people they're selling the ads that it's worth their money. So in other words, now if they're only putting ads on a YouTube channel that has 4,000 hours of views, they can go to them and say, hey, listen, your ads are actually getting views. So now I want money.
Contract, and this is all we promised you, and you're getting it. So stop complaining.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Lawyers and accountants getting involved.
Yeah.
going through
I
the
do
comments.
enjoy YouTube, though, I must say. I got into it watching it on my Xbox, and I think I found Tony through one of your RC talks, and then started watching. Sparks was one of the first ones I started watching.
How long have you been in the hobby? And is it because of YouTube you started the RC?
Yep. Last spring, been in it about 13 months, and I got 16 cars.
You got 16 cars in 13 months?
Yeah. Yeah. And one on the way.
And one on the way, so one's in the oven.
Yeah, one's in the oven.
Just crazy.
It's not a good hobby to have when you got OCD, but I think half the people do that are in the hobby.
Yeah.
The corporate RC Addict says the reason YouTube are hurting because the corporate headquarters are in California.
Ah.
Yeah.
Does Hobby own YouTube by any chance?
They should put more beach girls. California, they have all the beach girls and all the beaches there.
Yeah, right.
RC Addict, I live in California, and some of the state is taxing the crap out of the coastal companies. Oh, really? Well, maybe because of all the fires that they've been having, or the earthquake. It just, the insurance, and it costs a lot of money there. So the taxpayers and the rest of the United States have to give all the money to California for them to survive. I don't know.
Like around here, people that live on shoreline or can see the lakes, they get a tax. It's called a view tax. So just if you can see the lake, it's called a view tax.
Really?
So maybe that's something. Yeah, exactly. They can stipulate when you put in a building proposal how many trees you need to plant per acre and what have you anymore. Which is good in some ways.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm getting off topic.
Not hard to do.
I'll back Jack. Jack just posted, because I posted my plow. I'm working on the plow, and I posted it on his Facebook page. And he said, because we're in the snow here, we got another 6 or 7 weeks of winter left. And Jack says, I'm over the. He's in the heat over there. So in Australia, it's completely reversed. So when it's our summer, it's their winter, and when it's our winter, their summer. So
they've had a hot one this year too.
Yeah.
I enjoy a lot of the off-road videos from Australia. Four-wheel drive action is really cool.
That's one thing I miss from the chat we've been having, is some of the old people that used to be in the chat. Some of them just stopped communication. I don't know why. Maybe they just quit YouTube, or they quit Hangout, or whatever. Jack used to get on all the time. He's not coming on. I miss that. I miss chatting with all the other people. But what's fun is that there's other people that are actually jumping on the bandwagon and talking with me and with us. That's what's fun about this.
Yep. You guys are very welcoming. I must say, if anybody's scared to get on, don't be.
Yeah. That said, if you guys want to get on, let me know. I can paste I'll actually paste it onto the group. Let me know if you can get in. Sometimes it kind of takes the link and truncates it, so you can't get on. But if you can't get on, go to my Facebook page. It's the Tank RC. I believe there's only one. I'll put a link there also to join. Web page is kind of slow.
I think the other thing that's got YouTube kind of scared jumping back into it is Facebook doing so much with video right now. In fact, they added the little video button down at the bottom for what's trending and all that. I don't like it on there because they just kind of throw any video they want at you, and a lot of times it's not appropriate. So if I'm watching something with my kids, the next video, you don't know what it's going to be. It's usually something awful, like Russian cars getting smashed or people getting hit by cars, like just crazy stuff.
And so It's because of pop-up crap, you know.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's based on what's popular in my feed or my friends, but yeah, I'm just like, oh my goodness. All right, kids.
I've also
avert your
posted the link. I've also posted the link in my Google Plus page. If you guys want to go there, it will be there to join in live. That's in case the chat doesn't work, because sometimes we've had it in the past that when we post it in the chat, sometimes it changes the name of it. So hopefully it works for you guys. Somebody else can come in and we can say hello. Kagan, where are you from?
Ithaca, New York.
Ithaca,
New York. Have you ever heard of Cornell or?
Yeah. Chris Cornell?
No, I'm from
Cornell
Canada. I only know Canada. We live in Igloos.
Cornell University.
Yeah, the university.
Watkins Glen International Racetrack.
Yeah.
Cornell University. I've heard of that.
Yeah, Ithaca College. The state parks, the Finger Lakes of Central New York. They look like 5 fingers.
Okay.
Right, it's upstate New York.
Cool. Yeah. NetCruiser is getting errors on the Hangout link.
So frustrating.
You want NetCruiser? Do you want to go to my Facebook page and try that one, see if it works?
So YouTube is booting us, and yet they can't get this squared away.
Yeah, try the most recent link. That seems to work too. Or try the first one, or.
Just see if the link is going to work where they are.
Mm-hmm.
That user I have is I got him on Messenger, so I'll message him. Sorry for the delay and me clicking away. I don't have a secretary to do this in the background, so I have to do it live.
Right. There we go.
Facebook link worked.
The Facebook link worked? Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Not the one on the chat.
Hey, John.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, it's weird because when I paste it on the chat, I see the full length, and then I wait half a second, and then it's kind of it's made shorter. So I think it's changing something, or it's weird.
Becomes obsolete.
Yeah. I think they probably add something to the link. So if you guys want to join into the either on my Google Plus or on my Facebook. I put 2 links there. Grant's RC Adventure says, well, sorry, can't stay. I have to get up early tomorrow. Not a problem. Thanks for joining us.
I hear you. I got to get up early too, but not too early.
Blow it off.
Right.
Me and Tony stayed up till 1 p.m. Well, I stayed up until 1 a.m. this morning, and Tony stayed even later. Me and him were, like, I posted a link to the chat room about joining while I was working, and I logged off at 1 p.m. and at 1 a.m. and Tony stayed up. I don't know how many hours he stayed up, but he stayed late too.
Nice. Nothing wrong with that. When I was younger, it would have been at a bar or something. Much better to be at home.
John, YouTube monetization, has it hit you, or has it affect you, or what do you think about
it? Luckily, I guess, and yeah, a lot of it is luck, and a lot of it's just because I've been really pumped out a lot of videos last year that did well. I got above the level, so I didn't get the warning that I was going to be demonetized. But I feel your pain. I'm curious to what it's going to be like after the 20th when everyone drops off. See what happens. I think a lot of people are going to just keep trying. Hopefully, if you really want it, you're just going to keep making videos, right? You just won't be able to.
Can I send you footage?
Ads on. What's that?
Can I send people footage if I don't want to start a webpage or a YouTube channel?
Well, that's the thing, is that everyone's getting all upset about, oh, it's going to kill YouTube or whatnot. But everyone can still upload all their videos for free. Anyone can still make a channel. You're just not going to be able to put ads on it.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Obviously, that's a real big kick in the, you know, to people who had it and then lost it.
Yeah.
But
disheartening.
Yeah. Yeah. It always hurts more when you have something and they take it away versus if you never had it to begin with.
True.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's like to me, it was like getting candy. It was like, oh, a little bonus. It was neat. Am I pissed? Yes. I'm gonna get over it. Just like people are gonna get over it. But I'm still gonna post my videos. I'm still gonna do my videos. It's gonna make it a little harder, like I mentioned, for the music. But
it's 4,000 the last 12 months. Have you pulled up your analytics to see how much that is for you?
That's 260 minutes, 260,000 minutes of views, and right now I'm at 279,000.
You're really close. You could make it before the 20th.
No, they actually pulled up on the 30th. They pulled the plug. It was yesterday. They'd send me the email. If you check all my videos now, there is no more ads, no more monetization. There's nothing for me since yesterday.
Oh, really? They killed it early because I thought it was, they let everyone know they were going to get a 30-day grace period.
I'll say we could do an RC marathon over the weekend, like a 24-hour live chat. I'll put on diapers and.
But the email did.
The tank telethon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Please watch the video. Well,
we'll be taking donations by credit card.
Yeah.
We don't have a credit card payment system, but we're just going to use it to buy stuff.
Yeah. Buy better cameras and all that.
Yeah.
But funny you should say that. Ever since I've received that letter, if I'm at work and I start watching a video, and because I like listening and roll. People, I just let it roll now. I don't pause it. I let it roll. If I go away from my desk, I mute it. But I let it roll all the way through. Tony, some of your videos, I've done that. So your views might go up. In other words, the length of what people watch it's longer. Because on a lot of videos now, I just let it run. And then I come back later and then I just rewind it to where I was before. So I watch it again.
I go to sleep with it on at night too.
Yeah.
Put on a couple RC talks and let it go all night long.
That's funny.
No
but
problem.
that's what some people should start doing, especially with the RC
Help
video.
each other out. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just you can open up 4 windows and you're at home, open 4 or 5 windows and just let them play.
Yep.
Really screw up the YouTube.
That's deceitful.
Pardon me?
They might start being able to tell if you're fast-forwarding through videos or something, or through commercials.
Yeah.
No, but it really does come down to helping each other out. Like I go to sleep and I'll throw on YouTube on my TV and I'll just set it. I know I'm going to fall asleep, but I just set the timer to go off at 2 hours and it'll just roll through people's videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm shocked that they do it that way. I mean, it seems like there's some other engagement aspects that they could use. I don't know. In some ways, like I said, it is good because it does prevent those people from stealing footage and trying to make a buck.
Well, I've heard YouTube is trying to do like YouTube TV and start to do some shows and start to do some stuff like that. And for years, YouTube has been after us for making videos that last maybe 2.5 minutes. And they were saying like 2.5 minutes, that's even too long. The people's attention are very short. So
yeah, you weren't allowed to have over 10 minutes unless you had a certain amount of subscribers.
Yeah, they used to limit it.
Yeah. So it was
memory's better. It must be okay.
But now they're trying to say to us, okay, make longer videos. We want you to have longer. We need you to have more views.
Yeah, it used to be make really short videos, and now they want watch time. Now it's all about engagement and watching and keeping the people watching. So they want longer videos now.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and it's going to change again, and it's one of those things because people are corrupt, you know. And so they're trying to find a way to make a buck, and so they started with crazy thumbnails and catchy whatever, a hook in the title. And then it wasn't actually what you saw in the video, but they're making money off it because they're getting so many views.
Clickbait.
And they have to say, "Oh man, this isn't what we want. We don't want that." where people click away because they realize that they've been misled. So they say, okay, we're going to do it by watch time instead of views because these people don't really want to see your content. We're not going to reward you for that.
Yeah.
And so they switched it to watch time.
But
so people are saying, well, let's make longer videos because that'll help my watch time average. Yeah, I think it's kind of the, everybody's trying to outsmart the system or game the system. It's always going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, and we have Dave from Radio Control Patrol. I guess you don't have your camera working for now.
No, not right this second. I'm working on it.
Doesn't matter, Dave. You got that voice going for you, and you got that cool logo, man.
Yeah. Here, I'll present to you for now. I'll put you on present right now. And what do you think, or what's your thought on the monetization and the cutting the small channels?
It's gonna weed out just the people who are doing it just to do it. I mean, even I'm guilty for it. Sometimes, you put a video up, it's not your best work, but you just enjoy seeing that little bit of $2 or $3 it makes a month if you get some views. It's not something that would make or break small channels. I mean, it would just make you work harder, kind of weed out the people who are doing it truly for the love of the hobby or who are just trying to make a little monetizing money.
Yeah, true.
Far too much stuff monetized that, really an advertiser shouldn't be paying to have their product advertised on some of the stuff that people are monetizing.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it on why it's happened is because ever since the advertisers got all sketched out by all my ads are showing on these, low quality or non-advertiser friendly content. And then they started putting that AI in place to demonetize, which is very error prone, right? We get a lot of false. I don't know if you guys do, but I would get a lot of false positives on that. So,
yeah, I did. Like all my RC talk. As soon as I finished the RC talk for the first day, there was monetization. A day and a half after, I see the little clock that says, "Oh, there's a problem with monetization. You're not allowed because it's not good content." Yeah. I go, "What's not good about it?" So then I hit the thing. And then it tells me, well, we can't review it for now because we're reviewing other channel that has more video, videos that has over 1,000 views on it.
Yeah,
so
that's because of your title, more than likely.
That's where I was kind of going. Where it is right now, it's completely unsustainable for them to have to try and review every single appeal that comes in. So, now there just will be 90% of people won't even have ads, so they won't be able to appeal. I think that's a big part of it, is that they're going to now be able to sustain the demonetization appeals.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they do work fast. I've had once before. I've had them say something about music on my page. Somebody must have said that the music wasn't mine, but I create my own music, so I sent them a letter and told them that, and that I had all the files for it. It was less than a day. They re-put monetization on it and everything. So I think they get to some stuff quicker than others.
They're way better than Facebook, that's for sure.
Yeah.
About fixing those kind of problems.
Mm-hmm.
Zuckerberg.
Oh, Facebook is slow at it?
Oh, yeah. In fact, they took my page down. Somebody informed me that somebody had stolen a picture of me and my kids and was using it trying to scam old women out of money. And
really?
So all my friends went to that page and started reporting him, and then I wrote them something, and then next thing you know, my page was taken down for like 2 weeks, and that page was left up through that whole time. He had like one picture
left up, and they took down the wrong one.
I had so many years of footage and pictures and stuff that says I was who I was, and they pulled my page down and left up the page that had 2 pictures on it.
Wow.
And like 6 months of history.
Good job.
Unbelievable.
Right. Do a little research before you just push a button.
Yeah, they probably deleted the wrong one, but it's no fun.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
But it's
probably no apology or anything either.
Oh no, of course not.
They can't admit they were wrong.
There's no interaction with them.
liability.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
Everything's
YouTube is doing that better, I would say. I mean, when you report things, their review process, even for reporting stolen videos, is within 24 hours. Usually, they'll get the other one down,
Mhm.
that's reasonable.
or they'll if you do a couple from the same person, they'll just remove their whole channel.
You're speaking of Facebook now? I mean, YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's good about their protecting their content creators.
Yeah. I've never had any issues. I guess my content is not good enough to steal, which is a good thing. But I've known of other people that actually got their stuff stolen, and the other guy's website, you can tell that it was a bogus one, and it stayed on for well over a year. Like, it was, nobody could touch it or could take it down. It was weird. I sent some emails and some messages, but it never worked. I don't know if it's still up, but
Yeah, especially if they run and own the site, that makes it hard. Especially if they're serving up the server. How do you get that taken down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if the scammer's hosting, that's
cool. So I think we've covered a lot of bases. There's no more question on the chat, so we're going to turn this. It's almost been an hour now. We've been chatting about this subject, so let's turn the page. We can talk about it, come back if we think about something, but let's turn it back into RC talk. So let's talk about RC and let's answer that question. And we'll go with Dave first, since he was the last one to come in. Dave, what do you think about the new E-Revo?
I have to be honest. The E-Revo, I only saw a picture of. I have been looking at the other desert truck a little bit more. I haven't really looked at the E-Revo that much.
Have they done videos of the E-Revo yet?
There's a video on YouTube. I forgot. I should have written down the name on it. He copied some photos from somebody else, but they had copied him, so he gave a disclaimer.
So there's photos or videos of it?
They're photos, really, from one angle of it.
Photos. I haven't seen any video of it yet.
The run video of that other truck is insane.
Yes,
it looks really good.
Well, of the short course truck?
Yeah.
I like they're branching out, that's for sure.
Yeah, they are.
Trying new stuff.
I'm curious if that E-Revo is using the same chassis or not. That's what I was trying to find out, because it looks
very similar.
It looks very similar, but it's got, now you can tell that it has metal CVDs. You can see that right away.
Yep.
And,
it's also got X-Max diff gears.
Yeah, that's what I was. If it's got, so X-Max diff gears or X-Max diffs.
Yeah,
X-Max diffs, I think.
Yeah, so
bigger
diff. That's why I was thinking that it's got to be a different chassis because it's holding way bigger diffs in it. But who knows? Maybe the bulkheads are different and that's it. But the chassis design looks exactly like the old one.
It does, which I don't like, actually. I don't like having to put batteries inside of flip down.
You would think that if you lived in the cold north too, because everything they get frozen and full of ice and snow. You can't get them open.
Yeah, it opened just here the other day. It was like this morning. I was trying to get the batteries out. I realized I'd left them in there, and I couldn't get one of the clips down. I'm just like, I want Velcro. I almost am tempted to just cut the top open and just.
They kind of do good on crashes, though. You never lose a battery, pretty much.
I guess on the Arma ones, you should grease a mechanism that holds them closed. That helps to keep it from staying open and letting the batteries pop out. The bottom load, like on the Nero, on Sparks' channel, that he had somebody that had a Nero on.
Yeah, you said you had to grease it once in a while.
Yep. I've seen people complain about that. I think on Killer Off-Road Hobbies or something, the batteries were popping out on jumps.
My Summit is the same way because the E-Revo and the Summit, they share the same chassis. But it is not tricky, but you get used to it of how to take the batteries off once you do it often enough. There is a little trick to it.
Yeah, I don't have an E-Revo. I just have a Summit, the same chassis.
Right. Yeah. But I find when you take the battery out and when you push on the button or on that little thing, it's easier if you push up on the battery door also. So while you're pushing down, you push up, and then it just helps it unclip.
Loosens it up. Gotcha.
I mean, it's not the end of the world, but also my batteries don't fit in very well.
Yeah, it's one thing. it's kind of probably made for the Traxxas proprietary batteries. Certain type of wires coming off of it, or
Well, yeah, 2S fits in it pretty good, but you do have to be careful of how thick it is.
Well,
So
yeah, you
there's-
can't have any batteries that have top mount leads.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Some of my
right.
race batteries I can't use.
people
That's why I'm a
claim-
little surprised that they have that same chassis design.
Or they
That's
have-
why I just cut a hole in the top. That's what I'm saying.
They have some batteries that are custom made for that slot too.
Yeah.
Right.
Go
Right.
figure, huh?
And Max Amps makes them where they come out at the top on opposite sides. So they have a setup for the Summit 3S batteries. They work real good.
Very, very intentional design. Very cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Smart. I like smart people thinking about us.
Yeah, they're much more fun to hang out with and talk with.
So what are you all working on? Tony, you've been busy and wrenching on a whole bunch of stuff. What are you working on?
Right. Much
I'm working on my Axial SMT10 Custom. Trying to get a new diff in here, and I think I jacked it up. So I'm spinning, and I'm not sure it's turning. It doesn't look like it's activating.
Is it pushed all the way in so that it's catching the drive shaft gear? I forget the pinion or whatever it's called in there.
Well, they're moving side to side.
And you got the braces on, or the things that draw them into the diff pocket and hold it in. The clamps or whatever, those are in place and tightened down, so it should be good.
Just
Yeah,
wait up.
I guess-
Show
I guess
that
I-
again, Tony.
What?
Show that again. What you were showing.
Oh, I just put this in. I was asking if this is what he's talking about. It's
Yeah.
got the pins in here, so it shouldn't slip.
Okay.
Then it's got the washer or the bearing, and then the bearing on the outside.
Sometimes you got to make sure it's seated all the way down into the pocket, and then that your diff cup and everything is seated tight up against it, or maybe you have to.
I was
shim a
spinning
little bit.
it, and it was spinning, so I was pushing it in, but it doesn't really seem to be. I mean, it should be just rocking and rolling that thing as I spin it, and it's not. It's catching every once in a while.
Wonder if it's worn down a bit.
Oh, from this side it's working. So if I spin it from the drive shaft side, it's working. I'm just going to put it together and see what happens. One screw at this point left. But yeah, I've been working hard on the SMT10s. I've got it here. Actually, I can put up here for a second if you want. Ooh, that's blown out.
Yes, it is.
Give me just 1/2 a second here. Now it's going to be too dark. How's that? Any better? Still a little blown out.
We're just seeing your emblem.
Huh. I'm
see
seeing it up there.
Yeah, I see it.
There
Okay.
you go.
So, yeah, it's basically just the metal chassis. I took apart my Gravedigger, so I still have a green plate on the bottom, which I'll swap out. I ordered a black one. I decided that I wanted to put 3 different types of trucks together, so I did the Son of a Digger. I put back together the Max D that I'd used with this. So to send in for them to make up this chassis from.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to use the parts for, but I decided this one was already fixed up. I'm going to do this. And then I just put a brushless motor in the Max D and called it good. Put stock tires back on. It's going to be more of just a fun truck. Just to have, I'll probably do 2.2 classes with it. But funny with that one, it was running 2-wheel drive when I was letting some kids run it today. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. Just trying to get this ready before they have the races here.
And when is that? When are the races there?
On the 10th.
Okay.
So
Is it that no limit circuit?
it is the no limit circuit.
Okay. Okay.
Those guys have some hot rigs, man.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a while too, I think, haven't
Yeah,
Definitely.
and they've got them in different states.
Yep.
So it's
Trigger King's pretty big too.
Which one?
Trigger
Trigger King.
Yep.
Yep. And then there's they do a lot in New York, but Showtime we also have here. So we have two in Virginia. So Showtime is doing one, I think in February as well, but in Richmond.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get to the War Memorial in Syracuse this year, or actually the Carrier Dome, and see some monster trucks possibly for the first time. That'll be cool.
Yeah, they're fun, especially if it's big.
Where's Kagan from?
Ithaca, New York.
Okay, New York.
Central New York.
Okay.
On the chat, there's Basildon Trail Blazing Buddies. That's a long title. He's saying good morning.
Morning, buddy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Other side of the world.
Yeah, you must be on the other side of the world because for us, it's 10. For me, actually, it's 10:30 at night.
Yep.
Same here.
But nice to have you here.
Definitely.
Which part of the world are you, Basildon? We'll have to wait till he replies because the live feed is actually a couple seconds behind us. So hopefully he's still on and he can type that in. And John, you seems like you're rebuilding a diff or an axle.
Yeah, building new diffs. I'm finally started on my Techno EB410.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, I'm on the just finished the center diff, which is here. So yeah, I've literally just started tonight. Half an hour before I jumped in, I started getting organized. So yeah, this is now going to be front and rear diff, and yeah.
Now, which type is the 410? Is that the buggy or the truggy or the?
Yeah, it's a 10th scale 4-wheel drive buggy. So it's
okay. Gotcha.
The box for it back there.
Gotcha.
Backwards.
I was looking at the U4 truck they have. It's pretty neat looking.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to race that locally here in
yeah, this is going to be my new 2018 race car.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to replace my. I've got a. I don't know if you can see that. I got a Schumacher 10th scale there on the cart. It's going to replace that guy.
I've heard of those. I haven't really seen many. Pretty cool.
Now, why are you changing from Schumacher to Techno? Is it because of part availability?
No, I'm ready for a change.
Video?
Also, this is way different, more modern build. Also, this is a shaft drive car, which I'm excited about. So I have not had a 4-wheel drive buggy race car that is shaft driven ever. So I'm excited for just how it's built, and it should be a lot stronger than the Schumacher for sure.
Nice.
Okay.
They look like they
You have the car there?
What's that?
You have the car built to show us or no?
No, I'm literally on step 2.
Oh,
the box.
is there a box?
Building the diffs. Yeah, I just have the box. It was back here.
Oh, okay.
Imagine if they didn't give you instructions, you had to go by the picture.
Nice.
You wouldn't buy so many kits then, I guess.
Yeah. No, my internet's kind of slow. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Baddison, he says it's 3:30 a.m. in the UK. Wow, you're up early in the morning.
They're 5 hours ahead on us.
Yeah, but 5:30 in the morning. I sleep at 3:30 in the morning. You're an early morning person, or maybe he just likes RC talk so much he just had to get up and watch it.
Right.
That's what I'd like to think.
That is alarm clock. Appreciate it.
RC Addict says, "Ouch." The EB410. That's his next race buggy.
Yeah, he goes, ooh.
Yeah, I don't think it must not have been an ouch. Auto-corrected to ouch.
Oh, it's not ouch. Sorry, it's oh.
Gotcha.
There you go.
I'm getting old and my vision is blurry. I need
You're
a bigger
still thinking about being up at 3 in the morning. Ouch.
Yeah. And Kagan, you had your car out, but you're not working on anything.
Nah, just, another SEX 10-2.
Yeah.
Another one?
I did. Yep, I got this one to open tonight on live if you want, or we can save it for another time. I'm kind of waiting for the honcho to open that one. It's the new Wrangler. I'll show you.
Wait, I'll present to you, to everybody. Oh, wrong person.
Sorry.
Present to everybody. Here we go.
You see that, I assume?
Yeah.
Cool.
Doesn't the Honcho have different axles even than the SCX-10-2? They
Yes.
upgraded again?
Yep, they're solid, one piece. The C hubs and everything are all solid, like the new Vanquish.
Okay.
Rock shocks and stuff.
The F9s or whatnot?
Yep.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yep.
know that.
It's got
Is
plastic
it?
links again, but they're better designed.
It is better designed, you think, than the SCX-10-2 ones?
Oh yeah. I don't know then the metal. I think the metal ones are adequate too, but better than the SCX-10 original plastic links.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. So Bassidon says no, he just woke up early for once.
Gotcha.
So he didn't wake up just to watch a channel, which I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. I'm going
You still
to
have time to change your answer, Basildon.
Tell them to put the key on.
Yeah.
Kettle on.
Dave, what are you working on? Hopefully you're working on a rat rod.
Did that show up? Did
Hold out.
was their work?
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Just finalizing this guy pretty much.
Wait, that's a Wraith axle. No, that's not my buggy.
You say what?
I said that's a Wraith axle. That's not my truck unless it's got a really wide Wraith.
No, I'm gonna be installing these on your truck pretty soon and getting a new castle system on there.
Oh, nice. Those sway or trailing arms.
Yeah, some trailing arms, some aluminum.
Nice.
Put a little more weight in the back.
Nice.
So
But
that's
yeah,
what
this
you're working
is
on?
Wraith I've been working on. Got that new castle, one of those slate motors in it, the 2850.
Oh yeah. Hemi Storm swears by those.
Yeah, I've ran it. I have one in my SCX-10 too. I really just like the ESC feature of being able to, especially with the Wraith when I'm trailing, to be able to go no drag brake, and then at the flick of a switch, I can go to about 90% or whatever, or full lock if you want to.
Nice.
It works real good, man. I even kind of set it up where I have like 30% when it's off, and then when I turn the switch on, it full locks. That way 30, I can kind of downhill with 30% drag brake. And it, as long as you know how to maneuver your car well, you can kind of go downhill without being locked up all the time,
Right.
But trailing, that no drag brake just works good when you're trailing, because you're not worrying about getting up to speed and letting off the gas and it locking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm loving it. I'm loving it in the Wraiths, especially.
Frankie goes to Hobbywood. Frankie goes to Hobbywood just said, "Good morning, guys." I believe he's another person that lives in Europe, I think.
How you doing, Frankie?
So you're working on that. You got the body, you got the motor. What else you got to do? You got to paint the body now?
Yeah, I got to paint the body. I've wired up lights already. I kind of wanted to go for a kind of robotic look in the front, so I kind of cut the body out.
Oh, nice. You cut all the pins of the grill out?
Yeah, where the lights kind of sit. They'll just be open.
Oh, that looks
kind of like Wally. I think it looked kind of like Wally a little bit with the eyes. Short circuit or something like that. But
That's awesome.
I always hate that, I don't want to make that flip hood, but I usually just go with taking the 4 screws out and just lifting it off,
Yep.
Kind of just made the body more of a shell. I'm not trying to make it like a scale replica of a Jeep or anything.
So you did the chassis mod to put the battery up front?
Yeah, I do have the front battery mount.
Gotcha.
I actually got a Wordy Mate tray, if you can see.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Tray. Electronics tray. It kind of stiffens the chassis up front.
Okay.
I
thought about doing it. Just removing the plastic didn't seem great.
You say what?
I saw that somebody had modded it just by removing the plastic and making a compartment there, but I didn't know they had trays. That's good to know.
Oh, on my first one, that's what I did. That's the original Wraith battery tray. I just cut a piece off of it. So you still got the loops through it and whatnot for your battery straps.
Yep.
The first Wraith I had, I just did it the cheap way and just you can sit the battery tray down in there and you cut it a little bit and it works perfect. So I bought the little tray just for the sturdiness. It's got that two chassis is kind of, it flexes a lot on the Wraith, but kind of want to stiffen it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, that's about it. I got the light kit already in there.
You running any sway bars on it?
On a platform that I added to the dig unit. I don't have a dig on it, so I kind of just took the space where the dig goes and made like a controller mount or whatnot. But it's pretty good. Not a whole lot of aluminum. I got the Vanquish Stage 1 kit. I got the brass knuckles from the scale shop.
Nice.
And beef tubes inside.
Now, you had a Wraith before.
Yeah, I had the Spawn kit. I had the
Yeah,
Spawn. This was a Spawn kit version.
And I remember you had it, but you got rid of it because you didn't like the Wraith. But then you turn around and get another Wraith. So what's the story with that?
Well, what happened was I upgraded that Wraith with Vanquish links and such. I made the mistake being young in the RC world. I said, hey, you know what? I want a big crawler. I'm going to sell my Wraith and get a Summit, you know? And I'm like, because it was just so big. So I got the Summit and I'm like, oh crap, this is not a Wraith, you know, like these are not comparable. They're not in the same class. I should have kept my Wraith and got the Summit. But so after a while, I'm just like, after I got an SCX-10 I drove a Bomber, I got a Yeti. I just kept itching for that Wraith again, man. You know, I was like, I need me that little rock buggy, you know. So I went back and got one. I'm pleased. It's already my favorite again. You know what I mean? I like the Wraith platform for me.
Okay, and you're gonna put what kind of tires on it? 2.2s or?
It's I've got the Proline dual cell foams in those in those Super Swampers.
Nice.
Yeah, the Proline wheels, they're SLW wheels though. I made it pretty wide. I got 500 hubs on it because it scrubs the body without it being kind of wide.
Mm-hmm.
And those are those incision links. Those things are huge. I like the stainless ones. The titanium ones are nice. They're very thin. They're thin compared to the stainless incision ones.
Okay.
So I went with the incision because it looks kind of beefy to me.
Cool. And just in case you have it sitting around, because I miss it a little bit, can you show my rat rod?
You want to see your baby? Let me go under here.
Yeah, I want to see my baby. I miss my baby.
With the newspaper by it?
Yeah, with the newspaper beside it, with the today's date.
A ransom note.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I took the wheels you sent off. I haven't did much crawling with it. I've been kind of speed running on dirt and such. And
I see the dust, which is good.
Yeah, that's actually a rat rod body, right?
Clean it up. I was like, since I'm doing new bodies and such for it, I'll clean it up as I go with the upgrades or whatnot.
Yeah, that truck is actually an E-Revo, and I've extended the. I built a bridge to actually hold the shocks, and I put an SCX-10 axle at the back. So the dry shaft is very long. I actually took a 6mm hex to actually and cut it to actually do the dry shaft, a very long dry shaft.
I see.
And I locked the rear. Cool,
oh, wow,
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, those are the GCM axle that's supposed to go on it.
Yep, that'll help replace that part there.
Yeah.
Make it real clean back there.
And he's going to change the trailing arm to put aluminum ones. And he's going to 3D print a couple little things for it. There's a whole bunch of different surprises he's going to do on that thing.
Sway bars might be cool.
Two different looks. One for having fun and one more of a shelf queen kind of look. Take it easy on it kind of.
But it's a fun truck. Because the rear is actually locked, but the front are not locked. That thing is so fun crawling or do some trail riding with that thing. It's fast and it did awesome on the trails. I just loved it.
It also can drift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's locked. Yeah. And that's what I was doing in the dirt. A lot of dirt drifting. It was real fun with that thing.
Yeah, and because Tony's saying that because I put a video up on YouTube and I had that thing with the drifting tires on, and I had it drifting on a drifting track.
Oh yeah, you did do that. Yes, indeed.
And while jumping also. So it was a drifter that was actually drifting and jumping at the same time. That was kind of cool.
I'm putting one of those systems in it like I have in my Wraith with that adjustable drag brake, which I think will be good for this car because it is a mini E-Revo. So it does have speed and it does crawl good having that straight axle. So it's a nice mix. It'll be good having that drag brake on, drag brake off.
And right now it's got it because it's an E-Revo, all the weight is at the front. So a lot of people, like I had dragster tires on that thing. A lot of people there were saying, "Oh, it's going to wheelie like stupid," but it doesn't because all the weight is really at the front.
Yeah.
So it handles pretty. It's pretty interesting how it handles.
Yeah, it'll break traction before it pops a wheelie. It won't lift that front up.
Yeah,
not on the tires I've tried yet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna put a little more weight in the back. I have some. I custom built some steel upper links out of rod, and I'm gonna put a little bit more weight there with the aluminum lower links. Hopefully, to put a little weight in the back.
Yeah, you mentioned you might actually 3D print or do a rail gun or something at the back. Something I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, and a gas tank too. Yeah, where that like the Lexan one is. I'm gonna put a printed one in there and paint it up.
So because it is a rat rod, we're going to keep that red body. He's going to send that back to me, but he's going to paint two other bodies, which I know a little bit what he's going to do. One of them I know, the other one I don't know. Let's keep it a secret. But he's going to make two bodies for it, but it is the rat rod body. So it's going to stay a rat rod, but it's going to be a completely different look on it, which should be cool. So you're going to keep that same bumper in front? Because I like that.
Yeah, I do like your bumper. Yeah, that bumper is nice, especially for one of the designs. For the other design with the 3D printed stuff, I got a nice idea up front of there.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's actually just a to tie the rope on. I don't know what you call those in English, but you put them on the wall and you wrap a rope around it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I thought it was like a coat hanger. Yeah, something of the sort.
Not a clevis. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, you see
a nautical term.
Yeah.
I think you're close with the clevis.
Right.
Yeah, so that should be cool. Thank you. I got my fix now. I miss my little baby, but I know I'll get it back one day, hopefully.
New and improved.
Yeah, new and improved.
That's super cool. That trailing arm Revo.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool to actually work on. So now you're putting oil in what? You're putting oil in the diffs?
Yeah, this is the rear diff. Yeah.
So your diff, that diff for that truck actually has oil in it? They're sealed?
Yeah. Yeah, tunable diffs with oil. So 15 out of box stock, it's 15,000 center, 15,000 front, and I'm putting 7,000 in the rear. And it comes with the oils. Cool. So, yeah, all my race cars have oil-filled diffs. Yeah. Makes a huge difference on the track on whatever weight you put in them.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, Frankie says he is from Germany, and over there it's 4:40 a.m. So for some people that don't know what I'm working on, this is my little toy I've been playing around with. Yes, you're not seeing things. There's only two wheels at the back and actually one wheel in the front. So this is actually my trailer. This is a frame for it, which is a GCM frame. And what I've done is I actually took a pair of pliers and started bending it here to make it narrow here. And then I bend it again here to make it even more narrow right here. And the frame actually ends up here. So the wheelbase of this, like if I compare it to an SCX-10, I'm close to the back of it, and I actually go farther than the SCX-10. So it's a pretty long little chassis. And for the wheels, I'm actually using, and I painted them, the electric RC temper, the one that Dave sent for Sebastien. So I'm using the wheels from the temper. So they're a little smaller, and I found they were perfect for a trailer. So that's the one that's on there.
Oh,
it
that's
used to
what
be
you put
blue.
on there?
Yeah, that's what I put on here. They used to be
okay.
blue, and I just took black paint and I painted on top of it. So they're all black now. So this thing is a riot. Every time I take it out and I have fun with it, and it just like rocks, and people are just, it's just fun. And last night I was working on this thing with Tony when we were online, and I changed the motor, which didn't take too long. And then I installed the plow. But then I was using servo checkers. So they're servo testers to actually, because what I wanted to do is put that in the back and just for the plow, just to plow how I wanted it. But I found they were kind of jittery. So there's a couple other tests I want to do before actually trying to find some other ones that are more expensive, like getting better battery. It's either that they were pulling my servos, they're big ones, so they were probably pulling too much power. I don't know. There are cheap batteries that I put. So we'll see.
Do you have a BEC in the truck, Frank?
Pardon me?
Do you have a BEC running anything in the truck yet?
Yes, I do, but my problem is in this truck, I'm already running 5 channels.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Gotcha.
in this truck, I'm already running 5 channels. So running these 2 would add 2 more channels.
Yep.
So that's 7 channels. And I'm only using a gun style trigger for transmitter. So I got my my steering, my ESC. I have my lighting, underglow lighting. I have my winch. I have my dig. So like I have a lot of stuff on there, and I was debating, okay, and I also have my winch. So I was debating, okay, what do I lose to free up some channel? And I'm not willing of losing anything. So so right now the winch, the plow is up and down with the winch, but so I can actually bring it in and out. I was going to use just a manual switch.
Okay.
So that's why I thought of using these guys because they do have knobs on it, leaving them on the truck, and I just turn them how I want. But for some odd reason, one was actually jittering yesterday. Let me show you. I do have a little video, and I have the technology to actually show you, I think. Here we go. So that was last night when I was testing it. I was turning the knobs.
All right.
But see how it's jittery? It's twitching.
Yep. I've noticed that sometimes on RCs too, when people turn them on, they'll twitch a little bit, and they'll just hit the knob a little bit, and it seems to go away. But
it's one of the servo. I tried the battery pack on the other one. I switched both around, but the problem stayed on the same servo. Are
they digital servos?
Yeah.
I think that's also another thing I notice whenever they're digital servos, they seem a little twitchy.
See, it seems to be twitchy there. Like for the amount of time I would use the plow, I think it's acceptable. Like if I'm plowing, I don't care that if it's twitchy like that. So I'm debating
the snow off.
Yeah. So
shake the snow.
Yeah, shake the snow off the plow. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So basically, that's the how I was thinking of doing a quick thing, because I don't want to spend too much money, because like I mentioned, I'm not going to use this plow a lot. It's just to have fun, to say, hey, I plow with my RC. Good thing that Chris from GCM felt generous, and he was giving stuff away to other people, and he comes to me and he says, do you have a plow? Do you want a plow? And I said, sure. So he actually gave it to me. Yes. So I'm happy for that, and he knows I'm going to take care of it, or I'm going to use it. And if I don't use it anymore, well, I might give it to somebody else. But right now, I want to make it work. That's my challenge right now, making it work.
It's definitely one of the nicer ones I've seen, being stainless steel and the V-plow style. And
Yeah, it's actually strange is because this, I believe it's actually wood at the back, where the back is, but the front is actually aluminum. So there's an aluminum foil around it.
I see.
So it's
Wood for structure.
Yeah. And then he's got another piece of metal here on the bottom. And in the center, there's a hinge. It's very well made. It's heavy. It's nice and heavy. I'm going to have to change the front shocks and put something else to actually hold the weight. But it's really interesting. And that's what my challenge is right now is I want to make it work. Also with the winch, when I pull up on it, because the winch is underneath in my truck, it was behind the bumper where the radiator would be. So my winch is there. So, but there's no bearing, there's nothing. So there's a lot of friction for me to bring it up. So I've thought of a way I might be doing a bearing here to actually hold it, so it rolls better. So it doesn't take a lot of strength to pull it up. So we'll get it working. Hopefully before there's no more snow. Kagan, what are you working on? What special project are you working on?
I'm just opening up this CRC Jeep from Axial. But I peel the stickers off, the seals, and keep them.
Oh, you actually keep the, oh really? So yeah, off the box, you take your time and you keep
stick them on my bodies. I cut the trim out from around them and then stick them on my bodies. Like, I'll show you. If you noticed. Second, I have technical difficulties. Caught on the power cord. There we go. This one, it's got them all over it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I just figured you got them anyway. Makes it so it takes longer to open it up too.
Frankie goes to Hollywood, says his first thought was that I was building a dragster.
Right.
For my camper trailer.
That's what it looks like when it's naked.
Yeah, and especially when I was doing some tests, and I actually posted it on Instagram, the first video of it doing a wheelie in the basement. So it was fun. So are you going to open up? You're slowly opening up the box?
Yep. One more seal and we can get the end opened up.
Cool. We'll swing over to Tony, see what he's doing with his monster truck.
I'm making a lot of noise, so I'm muting myself. But I'm putting the sway bars on.
Nice.
Okay.
Anti-sway bars. And we've got these little custom metal brackets that just kind of hold it in place up in here. Kind of mirrors the design of what Axial had done, but, you know.
So when you buy the monster truck, does it actually comes with sway bar out from the kit?
Rear.
Yep.
So bought a sway bar kit here. Actually, I got it with a trade.
Okay.
Is that the Yeti sway bar?
Yep. Just same as the Yeti.
Gotcha.
So you're going to put a sway bar in the back and the sway bar in the front?
Yeah, because when you take off, it just gets stupid.
Yeah.
That front end just goes all over the place. Jumping, it just gets, and when you turn, it rolls really bad.
Are you?
So
you're not going to put four wheel steering on any of your monster truck?
I have it on my the one directly behind me, the Red Cat.
Okay.
But it came with it. These ones, I might do it to one of them. But, I mean, it's more of, I would definitely make sure I had a way to lock it out pretty quick. Because for racing with them, Just
Yeah, but
makes
if
it really.
I have it on my Crawler King, and you can set the mode if you wanted crab, front, rear, four-wheel steering. You can turn it on and off. You can't do it with your other one.
You can do that with the Red Cat as well, but it still wobbles quite a bit. It's not locked as much as I'd like when it's
really?
locked. At high speed, when you put a brushless in it and go, it starts to move. So I would need to have a way that I could just quickly throw down like a screw or something in, something that would just lock it up, erase, and then be able to unlock it real quick. Wouldn't even have to be that quick. I could do it ahead of time, you know. But,
the Red Cat, the servos, are they on the axle, or are they like the Wheelie King up on the chassis?
they're on the axle.
Okay.
I don't know if that's better or worse for the flop that it gets.
On the axle should be good.
Yeah, it might just need better servos too. They're just the stock. They haven't burned out yet, so I just run them.
Okay.
It's not the most capable compared to these, so I don't expect to win with it. I just go and have fun, and it helps me get another run on the course to make sure I know the direction and everything, because some of them you don't really get practice. You get your qualifying heats, and that's your practice. And so your qualifying heat could put you still get to move on, but you might be working from the back of the pack. But if you have 3 trucks to go through qualifying with, then you get a better feel for the track.
Yeah.
Plus you can try both lanes and all of that, you know. Because it's basically like real monster truck racing, where it's 2 side-by-side mirrored tracks. So,
How many trucks do they allow?
I don't know what the limit is per person, but there's multiple. There's solid axle. There's a monster truck, which would be, you know, Stampedes, whatever, just a regular class. There's 2.2 solid axle, which is you just take off your old tires. You could run the same truck literally and just put different tires on it and run it as a 2.2. So you could get, you know, and each one you pay an entry fee for. So a lot of people run 5 trucks, stuff like that.
The Stampede is a monster truck, but it does not have solid axles.
Right. So there's a class, there's a division of solid axle.
Okay.
And then there's monster truck, which would be like Revos and other vehicles.
Some people say true monster trucks are solid axle.
Yeah, that's true. And they have 4-wheel steering.
Yeah. Nobody almost runs 4-wheel steer. But, you know, they've got like the open class. They've got the mod classes and stuff like that, where the Revos and the X-Maxes and that. You can't have a center diff, though.
Okay.
So if you do, I think you just have to lock it.
That rear steer helps out a lot, like on those freestyle tracks that they have for those monster trucks.
Yeah.
They got those tight turns to make so they can go back and hit another jump.
Yep. Yeah, but during the race time, it's squirrely.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it working good in a race.
But it looks super cool in the and they actually help you recover when you can turn your wheels in on a landing that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I was
that
wondering if it would tip the truck back over if you had rolled over too, if you could get a little bit.
Yeah.
get some bite. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all.
Kagan, that truck looks weird.
Is it the battery lead leading out of it?
No, I just think it looks odd. The shape of it is odd. It's weird. Something's not right.
My camera? I wouldn't
It looks like a Hummer and a Jeep mix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I can show you this other Jeep, this other axial Jeep out of here. See what they look like.
So something looks off with that rear fender almost. It doesn't end low enough, maybe? I don't know.
I think the black is kind of throwing it off.
Might be.
Yeah. I think just visually because the dark with the shadow that it's ending in.
Yeah.
I think just visually it's just kind of tricky to see. Cool though. It's ready to run, huh?
Yep.
It has those new axles on it.
No, this has the standard SES 10-2 ones.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, just the Honcho has those.
Okay. Okay.
This has the light kit, the new ESC.
Okay,
all
so
metal gears.
that ready to run came with a light kit, which is nice. It got the buckets and the lights.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But those don't have the flashers, eh? They're just lights that comes on and on. The brake lights don't work.
Right. Yeah. I think it's just on all the time.
How do the back buckets look on the outside? Can you turn it that way?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just behind the sticker, or is that actual piece on the outside?
Yeah, it's actually 3-dimensional.
Oh wow. Okay, now that's neat.
Clear plastic. Even the old ones had like a 3-dimensional piece that you just stick your sticker on, but this one's actually transparent red.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
inside's got a black part that you stick your LEDs into, and like everybody else says, there's little clips that you stick your wires into there to hold them out of their way. And
Nice.
Okay.
the front's got some. On the other body, it had some Lexan light buckets you could put in. This one actually has hard plastic ones that looks like the fenders screw right to them, and then the radiator where they've already cut the grill out for you.
Where's the controller at?
The controller.
The light controller.
Oh, gotcha. It's right in the ESC.
Oh, it's on the bottom. Okay. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's called AE5L now, I guess. The L stands for lights, but you got these two little pigtails that come off of it. And now when your ESC goes bad, you gotta either get another one of these ESCs or get a light kit for it.
Ah, so it's already built into the ESC.
Yeah.
So
Or couldn't you just get a converter that would take those two and plug it into your receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
In fact, they actually used to make a little mod that they'd plug into. They
But
used to put in the top.
one of the reasons they do it this way also is that you don't need a small little jumper cable, because if it was plugged onto the ESC, you couldn't. The ESC is sealed, not the ESC. The receiver is sealed, and it's for waterproof.
Mhm.
So unplugging and plugging it makes it awkward.
Mm-hmm.
So by having it the plug coming out of the ESC makes sense. There's power already coming to it, so why not take it out of it?
Smart.
Right. Running that extra power down through your receiver is bad. Yeah, the circuitry's in it's really small. Yeah, pretty cool. I don't know how. See how the body. Supposedly the rock guards hold the body in. We'll see how that works out.
Okay, the rock sliders on the side.
Yeah, the rock sliders are supposed to capture the body, I believe. Seems like they do fairly well. Yeah.
What color is it? Like, to me, it looks like reddish pink.
Yeah, it's red. It's fire engine red.
Fire engine red. Okay.
Yep. Not quite the same color as what's this guy? Lightning.
Steve McQueen.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen. Yeah.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen. Can you show the front grill?
Yep.
And the bumper.
Those are light buckets too.
Yep.
Oh, missed a step.
And it has a grill behind it, like a radiator.
Yep. Let me get a flashlight.
I honestly haven't had any spare moment to look at any of the new Axial stuff.
Yeah, me neither.
Or any of the new rigs really coming out. The Traxxas one's caught my attention because I saw the photo, but
You can see in the grill any better.
that's pretty cool.
It's got latches for the hood and the plastics. These latches out here, windshield wipers, handles, door handles, but no spare tire. The back isn't as bad looking as I thought it might be without the spare tire.
Okay.
I want to be the guy that comes up with the new way to mount bodies, like where they don't have the tabs sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there should be a way to reverse that from the body down.
That new E-Revo 2.0 has the X-Max style clip-on body.
But that's even more obvious that it's there. I mean, those are huge plastic. I mean, to like kind of hide it.
Yeah.
Well, I think I already invented that with my camper trailer.
I do remember you showing that. I don't remember it exactly though.
So you don't know how I did that.
Hooks on into the back and then goes down.
Oh, that's right. You clip under and down.
I guess I'm gonna have to get the body and show you.
Have you done any more weathering? That weathering's looking really good.
It's better now, yeah. My son doesn't like it. He said, "Daddy, that's a mistake."
Yeah,
He's-
old stuff is just old. You want everything new.
He doesn't understand how cool vintage is yet.
Right.
Like I used to look at cars and be like, "Oh my gosh, Dad, you have such an old van or such an old whatever." Now I'm like, "Man, I want that old truck."
Yep.
I'm gonna mute for a second here, guys.
But I told him I want it to look old. He goes, "Yeah, but I don't like it." So trying to find a house for my truck real quick. Put the body down. Okay. Oh no, my camera's frozen.
Came with a Futaba remote though.
Your new Axial?
Yeah. No, just kidding. Same old tactic as we
I was going to say. Like, what?
Good one.
Yeah, they're clearing stock of the best Futaba remotes, must be. The 4PX or whatever it is. All right, these tactics are decent. I don't know if I showed you closely what I do with mine. I kind of personalize them a bit. And so I can put a strap on it or hang it from my pegboard to store them. I just put aviation cord or paracord on them.
I just wish they would do multi-model like the Traxxas ones do.
Right. Yeah, that's nice. It's kind of getting old having 10 remotes sitting on.
Yeah. A remote for every vehicle is a bit of a nightmare to me.
Yeah. Nice and longevity probably, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me present to everybody real quick. So for people that have not seen the body, this is the top of it. So to me, it looks better now that I've done some brown and some black. And then I have the side. And turn it to the front. I still haven't done the window. I'm supposed to get some plastic or some window tint to actually do the window. So that's the front. This is the other side, the one that does not have the door. And I have the back that has a shitload of stickers. And my back rack and the bumper. And to show you how it actually fits together, see if I can't put it on the same angle as the video. I guess I have to put it this way. Okay, so what I've done is I got a curve at the back for where the truck is, but inside here I've actually built a little bridge and I've actually put posts coming down. So if I flip it, it comes down. And the way I clip this guy is I actually made a curve. The light is too bright. I actually made a curve on here, and it actually has a lip. So when I actually turn it upside down, I can clip it at the back. So it actually clips at the back, and then I just let it fall into the front. into those holes. And then I got a guard, which is the front bumper mount of a SEX10 that sandwiches it together, and then I put 2 body clips. And then the whole thing is all clipped together, and I can start having some fun.
That works nice.
So
And
let me
reverse
show
like that.
you the camera and with the camper. So when you're driving around, the whole camper goes like this. So there's a lot of lean on it, and actually pops a wheelie pretty easy because all the weight's at the back. I had this thing on the snow on my Facebook page. I did put a video of it on the snow, but because it's so light, because all the weight's at the back, and there was ice, I couldn't turn. I was turning this, and because it's so light, I was getting no traction. It was actually funny to see.
Ah.
And that is my little camper, my motorized camper. I saw a video on Facebook, on YouTube, about somebody had a real one-to-one. That's the reason I built this. Frankie from Hobbywood says, is it from styrene? Yes, I did build those, the whole body with styrene, and what I use is white styrene and some of the black one. But basically, it's this one, which I believe is 0.03 inch, which is 0.75 millimeter thick. So this is the styrene I used. And I basically use 4 sheets. There's 4 sheets. They're pretty long for that. And the top is actually the black sheets. And I painted everything. So I got more money on the styrene than I do on the truck. It was funny.
Yeah, that stuff's not cheap.
This body cost me more in styrene than it would a Lexan body.
Wow.
More than $40.
Probably. I could see that.
So where do you get styrene from around here? So I've never used it.
Great Hobbies actually has it now.
Okay.
They have some smaller sheets, but the big sheets, I got them from the one off Carling. There's a hobby store in Carling Avenue.
Okay.
So I got it from that one. They have trains. They have a whole bunch of stuff. And now, since the one in the West End, the hobby store closed, they started carrying some RC stuff now, because before they used to be just model trains and other stuff. So Frankie says he never seen black styrene before. Yeah, and some people actually say black and white don't mix, and you can't glue them together because they've been having problems. And I glued them together, and they go on just fine. So it's kind of weird.
What type of glue do you use again, Frank?
The one I use is the Tamiya cement. See if I can. I got a lot of light going on here, and some people are making noise in the background. So I'll just present to everybody like that. My camera won't go away. But I basically use this Tamiya cement.
Okay.
And if you look at the ingredient, it's actually styrene, liquid styrene. It's 11% synthetic resin and 89% styrene organic solvent.
Okay.
This item number is, the Tamiya number is 87003. So this is what I use. Like, this thing was full, and it's almost, I'm more than halfway through now. So I've been using a lot of them.
I'm sure that's pretty pricey too.
I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I went to the Great Hobbies here, and that's close to pretty center of Ottawa. And I asked him, "Do you have any of those?" He says, "No, I don't have any of that one." I go, "You're going to have some?" He goes, "Oh, I don't think so." I go, "Well, that's the one I want." He said, "Well, I don't carry it. I go, okay, I'm going to go to the West End again. So I guess I'm going to do a special trip and go to the West End and spend my money there. It's weird. Like, he goes, yeah, but I have this one. So he shows me another one, which is basically Tamiya cement, but it's written thin. So it's more liquid. Gotcha. I go, this one I like because it's not a paste, but it's not as liquid. It stays on the brush, and I can. So I said, no, that's the one I want. I don't want the thin one.
Gotcha. I don't know. I watched a video that Chris did one time about CA glue, that the thin stuff's good for running into cracks and stuff, and it seeps in better.
Yeah, true.
GCM Chris there.
Oh, he does a lot of builds, and he does a lot of different things. So he's got a lot of experience because he's always built
plastics.
Yeah.
I think it was his Comanche build. He went over the CA glues or something. I forget. It was fairly recently.
Yeah. So you're playing with your remotes now?
Yeah, just gonna put some parachute cord on the handle.
To make it thicker?
To make a comfort grip, and to make a loop so that you can put it onto a lanyard.
Okay.
Or store it. Since these ones don't, like the Traxxas remotes have like a notch up top, you can stick them on something. These don't really have anything. But yeah, it just makes it a little bit better in my hands, a little more comfortable.
That's a different idea, yeah.
And then I use some paints and stick one of my emblems on the top, tell me it's Traxxas, and then just some acrylic testers, paint pens.
Okay.
Mark everything up.
Yeah, it's nice to do something different, because let's say you're on the trail with somebody else, they have the same truck. Sometimes you could like take somebody else's remote by accident and then hit the trigger, and his truck goes somewhere, and you go, well, what the heck? This is not working, but you're actually controlling your buddy's truck.
Right. I also take and label the inside of the battery compartment with a Sharpie, which truck it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing tape on all of mine.
Gotcha.
Just white tape with the name on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it gets crazy to try and remember what remote goes to what.
Cool. Well, we've been going on for 2 hours, so well, close to 2 hours. Usually keep those going for 2 hours. We're going to stay on, chit chat about other stuff. We usually do. Thank you very much for joining. Please comment below. All the chat that people have been chatting, that's going to be gone. They don't keep that, but you can re-comment, and don't forget thumbs up on the video if you liked it, thumbs down if you don't. And if you don't like it, please let me know why you don't like it, like that we can change it for the next time. I always like to chat with you guys. Thanks for jumping in. Frankie says he's doing the same thing with his own remote.
Thank you, Tank.
Good job. Thanks for joining in, guys. We'll be talking to everybody else later.